What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I am the crypto vet. It's currently 3:24 in the morning and I work at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. I think. Couldn't sleep, so I thought what the hell, I would answer one of my requests in the Discord in this video. This was by Richard Deckard and he asked me about DeFi coins and my picks. Since I don't talk about them much, I do hold I think about 10. And this 10 is less than $1,000, which is less than 10% of my whole portfolio. But I was very interested in them, and I am currently up on all of them. But I will say the problem with how much I keep track of XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum for my trading, shorts, and all that to just accumulate my XRP, ETH, and Bitcoin bag, I don't have time to manage them. And honestly, I feel like when I look back today, I've actually missed out on a couple pumps where I would have actually sold because I knew there would be a reversal. So just kind of a warning, and I actually saw this in BitBoy's video when I was heard it when I was driving to work, is he's saying some of the biggest mistakes people make in crypto, and I completely agree. I've gotten to the point where I have just slightly too many coins, and that's kind of why I don't cover them as much, and it's just because you can't keep track of how the projects are doing, especially with how fast they come up and then they come back down. Yam, for example, right? 2 weeks, one and done, one pump chump there, right? So I did take some profits today on a lot of them that were close, and I actually got out of 2 of them. But I'm going to cover today 3 of my DeFi coin picks, as well as just give you a quick idea for the people who don't really understand what DeFi coins are. They just know that this shit is pumping and they want to get on the ride, right? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started over on CoinMarketCap just to show you where the market is. We're still kind of consolidating. Right now we're at the bottom trend of my Bitcoin chart, which I'll just show you for a quick second. But overall, we're just trading sideways. This was my chart, and I know it's probably going to be confusing for most because it has all of my short-term trading indicators on, but this is the ascending channel. We're now testing the bottom. The actual bottom of the channel is here. This is where I use for my wicks to extend to, so that way if I'm in bigger trades with higher leverage, I know where to put my stop losses at. So far we're kind of bearish right now, but I'll have an updated video in the morning with more technical terms simplified and all my bullshit taken off. All right, same for XRP. It is now trending the bottom of this 30-minute average, which I've been watching since the 5-minute, where we're struggling on all moving averages. So I didn't post it in the Discord because I actually did this on my phone while I was laying down in bed, but I did put in a limit order that for some reason didn't fill until a little bit lower. I was supposed to be right at 29 cents even, but either way, we're in profits right now. We'll see if this closes. This is a much bigger one just because I'm pretty sure it's going to go down. I could be wrong, but my stop loss will cut me out at only, I think, 300 XRP versus a total liquidation of 1,500. So without further ado, let's talk about some DeFi coins. All right, what the fuck is a DeFi coin? Well, let's say this. I mentioned to Richard, I was like, hey man, what kind of DeFi? Why do I keep saying DeFi? What kind of DeFi coins would you like me to cover, like category-wise? And he's just like, I don't know. Well, most people have no fucking idea either, and I didn't until about 3 weeks ago, so I am no better, right? But I didn't look into it because I just thought DeFi meant decentralized finance, but there's a lot more that goes into that stuff. DeFi coins can be tons of things, so just categories is when I was asking you. It's just like, do you want a coin that's more in type the lending type, where you kind of become your own bank? Look at all the coins that are on there. Decentralized exchanges, these are going to be the things where you're going to swap your assets around and all that, as well as ones that are kind of back to other assets. So like say you have a bunch of gold and silver, but you want to trade it, you can basically turn it into a synthetic thing that you would put on there and trade it that way, so that's that kind. There's the actual derivatives market where you're going to sorry, I actually said these backwards. This one here is the decentralized exchange where you're actually going to trade and swap everything. And then the derivatives market's where it's backed by something else, where the value is derived from an agreement based on another asset. Completely got those backwards. I guess that's why I keep saying DeFi. I'm still groggy, I guess, since I have to go to work later. Rather be talking to you guys and discussing this stuff. So you have the derivatives market here. You have just basic wallets like MetaMask, which I'm actually going to go over real briefly because this is the easiest way I've found to get DeFi coins, is using MetaMask and Uniswap, which was shown right up here in this one here, okay? So these are the different types of categories that I was discussing, from insurance, savings, because this defines everything as decentralized finance. If you think about, we use banks to get mortgages, loans. When we buy a car, we have to have certain insurance and stuff like that. But we have to deal with all this bullshit and all these fucking fees and all this crap that doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm still bitter about the stupid return $35 fee from Wells Fargo. I haven't got one of those since I was in college. Right, I've been financially sound since then, so the fact that I got a drawn fee just pissed me off. And then just remembering $35 is a lot of fucking money. Fuck you, Wells Fargo, if you ever watch my video. Okay, so this decentralized finance just takes you into being your own bank and using your own assets against other stuff, and it just makes it to where we cut out the middleman that makes so much money. And a lot of these are derived by the community, and they have community voting and all these different things to, make sure that it doesn't get governed by too many, one authority doesn't take care of everything. So the question is, what is my tokens? We'll go ahead and go into that. So Uniswap is the app where you're going to be getting most of these. Not all of them are on here. Make sure, if you haven't heard about the Uniswap scam, that you definitely go to uniswap.org and not uniswap.anything else. This is the website. And to do this, you're going to have a MetaMask wallet. So if I actually, let me see if I can zoom out. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's go back. Let me just move this here out of the way. Up here, you see the little fox thing? This little fox here is MetaMask. And if I click on it, I don't believe I'm logged in. Yeah, I shouldn't have been. It actually doesn't show it on the Chrome extension. That's pretty cool. When you click on it, it shows my wallet, which I have to enter my password into to actually get started. But then you can link your wallet to Uniswap, and you can do all of your trading there. So you'll need ETH in your wallet to buy most of these. The liquidity pools on a lot of them are not high enough for you to just say, I have this token, I want that token, right? And by doing so, the slippage could be so high that just to get the actual transaction to go through, you may spend $50 and you wanted $50 of a token. Well, you got like $12 worth, because to get the one token to another token to this token to that one, and using Ethereum, and with Ethereum's gas prices being so high, kind of a pain in the ass. And this is why a lot of people aren't into this, and then also why you can make so much money doing this, or also lose so much money, because the average person won't go through all this. They just don't give a shit to try and do it. It took me such a long time to set up MetaMask through Chrome, because I tried using other browsers, had issues, but I didn't want to use it that was that was tied to one of my private accounts and all that. But I'm good now as far as security. So this is the first thing I would say that you have to do to get any of these DeFi tokens. The reason I brought up Uniswap first is because the first token that I really, really like is Unitrade. Okay, I will possibly buy some of this tonight. It just depends if I can get enough ETH over cheaply enough to buy as much as I'd like. Again, these gas prices are driving me crazy, because I can't do anything on the Ethereum network due to that, because it's so damn expensive. But okay, Unitrade is just like Uniswap, but the goal that's different is Unitrade is going to make it to where you can do like set orders. So if you want a set price to buy this coin at that price, it'll trigger your buy. So it's basically turning this into like a decentralized exchange that has more capabilities than Uniswap alone. The nice thing is Unitrade was built around Uniswap, and you can use it on top of it. So we may see a Uniswap Unitrade kind of joint deal where they use Unitrade for Uniswap, things like that. So I definitely think this is a very, very good DeFi token. I don't have any of the TAs and stuff pulled up for these, because in reality it's not going to follow the TA the way you would expect, and there's not much TA to actually go off of. I definitely could pull it up, but most of the time you're going to see like just simple Elliott waves where there's like maybe a 1-2 pump, and then right now we're in the correction consolidation. So basically at any moment it could set the next wave, or we could just have to extend the waves down. Maybe I'm just not that good at TA, but I can definitely see the ones that are more likely to pump on these short-term ones versus not. But for these DeFi tokens, I'm looking for that 100x 1000x that everybody keeps fucking putting in all caps, just like I do, right? Whatever it does to get your attention. But if for that, we're not going to see that on the TA as obvious, right? Most of the time before we get those bounces, it looks absolutely awful, and we just have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of consolidation. So if you want me to do the TA on these, I can, but wasn't planning on it. So Unitrade is my number one as far as DeFi tokens, and this one is going towards, as far as DeFi projects, it's going to be in the category of derivatives exchanges. Okay, so the next token is going to be Mantra DAO, and this one was actually brought to me by someone else in the Discord, Crypto Monkey 707. He private messaged me, asked me to look into this. I did, and I was like, holy shit, that looks pretty fucking good, dude. Probably buy that. So I was trying to buy it, and then in my one of my other videos, when I complained about how expensive it was, is when I was just trying to buy this, and I was only using like $50 because that's all the Ethereum I had at the moment in my MetaMask account. But I was still considering buying more, only because of what's happened as far as the price. It hasn't quite shot up as far as I thought, so I think I might actually still have a chance. And guys, remember, I'm just a doctor/idiot, and this is not financial advice. Do not buy anything because of what I say, especially not a fucking DeFi coin that could go to zero. If this is wrong, that's my warning. This is why I stick to the, some of the bigger ones. And I know that's not what everybody wants to talk about, but I feel like you'll have a bigger chance of safely making a lot of money by focusing on those cryptos versus dumping it all in and hoping that you got that right gamble, right? Because, anything can happen. The guy who made Uniswap, and all of a sudden, some sex scandal, and turns out that this isn't a real thing and he doesn't actually own it. Who knows, right? Who the fuck knows? So just be careful with this stuff, guys. But the reason I like Mantra DAO is because this one is like where you can become your own bank, all right? This whole thing is for staking, lending, governance, the biggest thing about it is it's on the Polkadot network, and I'll just go over that real quick if you're not familiar with that, because if you don't understand at least a little bit about this, you shouldn't be putting any money in it. Okay, so even though this video is probably gonna be like 20 minutes, I'm trying to just give you some of the good stuff, and I'll copy some of the links down there so that way you can just go click and then go to it yourself. They're pretty simple websites, just type them in. But this one here is just exactly that. We're going to lending, pulling up your money, using cryptocurrencies as collateral so that way you can get loans and stuff like that. It's just basically taking banking to decentralized finance. That way you can do what you would normally do, but not have to worry about somebody telling you how it's done, because the community will vote and do all of that. So I definitely think the OM token is something to look for. It's currently, it just got listed on Uniswap, I think on the 4th. Currently ranked 206. Smaller market cap, less than 50 million, but look at that volume. The volume is wonderful. We have at least a third of it, as pure volume. That's good for a really, really small coin. So definitely look out for that. So what is Polkadot? Polkadot is the bridge between all of this shit on Ethereum. It's true interoperability. It's really, really good. So building the OM or the Mantra DAO on top of the Polkadot platform allows it to blend with everything else on the Ethereum network. And I believe any of the dApps that work on one are most of you going to be able to work on the other ones now. Not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me to it, but this is just a huge thing, and Polkadot's already been blowing up as it is. So anything that's maybe going to ride the coattails of Polkadot probably has a good chance of having high returns. The other thing that I wanted to mention and why I picked these coins is I'm not really interested in DeFi tokens that are worth more than $1, personally. After $2 or $3, I'm looking for a big gain in the short term over a project I don't know much about. The risk is so high. I'm not going to put $100 in just to get 5 tokens, and those 5 tokens, that $5 token goes up to $10. Okay, I made $200, right? I would rather buy 1,000 of some cheap-ass token, it go up to just $1, and I still get 40x returns, right? If I'm going to make all this risk, I'm just waiting until I find the one that fits that perfect profile, right? So Mantra DAO fits that, as well as Unitrade. Unitrade's at 50 cents, so it's getting a little high for me, right? Getting a little high, but definitely something that could, if it goes up to $10, that's That's good, 20x returns. So that's MantraDAO, Polkadot. And then last, I'm just going to go quickly over just what liquidity mining is. This is what a lot of the things that are getting lots and lots of attention really fast are doing. And they're basically just taking all of your stuff, staking it. By putting all your stuff in there, you make more of this one coin that thus increases in value, yada, yada, yada. And then other tokens are burned to maintain the amount of its worth here. All right, so the more money that's put in, that means the more money that can be used and taken out. To me, this is just so risky, and this is what things like Yam did, and the scalability just wasn't there. So definitely be risky on anything that has to do with that type of, where was it? I think it had to, no, they didn't. But just be very aware of the liquidity mining. I thought there was one that had a better description of it. No, maybe not. So liquidity mining here, just you quick read on it so you kind of understand anything that's using this type of, I guess, format for the decentralized finance. Just make sure that they're one that's been working well, doing okay, but by the time you find that, they're probably pretty expensive. So my last two picks are very similar coins, and I mentioned them earlier. That's going to be Kyber Network and Synthetics here, okay? For these two coins, if we head back over to the one that describes them, we have, here it is, derivative exchanges. This is the one that allow users to swap their assets without having to transfer custody of the collateral, like gold, silver, things like that, or whatever they want to call it, and make it into a trading pair. These here, I think, have a very good chance of getting bigger because, you know, everybody wants some way to do that kind of, any kind of trading and any kind of stuff, but not have to worry about it being a centralized finance or some sort of governance. So I think both of those offer a really good idea here for the future. Currently, Synthetics is $6.23. I pulled up the token metrics to see if there's anything interesting I could find. Let's move that over. I hope you guys could have seen everything I've been talking about. I forgot to move that. But overall, it has a pretty good summary as far as Synthetics tokens on their TA, technology fundamentals, overall good. As far as their price predictions, it's kind of a steady line that doesn't really move much from here. But overall, they have them as bullish versus bearish, so you know that could be something to take into account if investing in Synthetics. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's bring up Kyber Network one more time. And when it comes up, there we go. $1.59. I said does a very similar thing, and it had a very good score as far as overall. Like in my sense, I use this score as like safety, as a chance that it's actually going to be good. If you watched one of my early videos on how to pick DeFi coins, I talked about that. You know, what do they say, and then, you know, like, are they really heard? Like, so are these coins doing things that are changing the pace? Yes, they are. All the coins that I talked about, do they have big social presence and being talked about? They sure do. I haven't heard many people talk about MantraDAO yet. I've only heard one person mention Unitrade, and that was Ivan on Tech. And then Polkadot's been all over the place. And then, of course, I've heard mixed things between Synthetics and Kyber. So, you know, having a presence around and people talking about it is enough to get people interested. Like, if you see this video and you trust me a lot, you may go out and buy these right now, even though I'm a doctor/idiot and this is not financial advice. But, you know, just hearing about it, if you feel like there might be that chance, it's easy to FOMO in, right? So that's how you get a lot of these huge pumps, in my opinion. So, you know, take it all with a grain of salt. But if those were my picks, it's going to be Unitrade, which is the trade token as far as the ticker. Whoops, there we go. Oh, so yeah, if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, XRP Veterinarian. I do post some of my trades that don't make it to the Discord. The Discord is the best place to get as much information from me because I also get notifications pushed on my phone. So that way, if something's changing and somebody has a question, don't know what to do, I usually just take a break from whatever the hell I'm doing and answer it. So you want to get in touch with me and know how I trade and how I stay so profitable. Like I said, my information's free. Don't have a course. It's your courses. You just got to hit me up. I like talking about this stuff. So Unitrade, which is the trade token, just TRADE. Then we have MantraDAO here, OM. And if you go to their specific website, this is their contract address. PIA. Make sure you use their contract address in Uniswap. If you're having trouble getting MetaMask and Uniswap and all that stuff, I'll do my best to help you if you just send me a message. Just make sure you don't send me any of your personal info. Just kind of tell me what the problem you're having is, and I'll see if I can look up some possible fixes and support. This is a wonderful website here. Let me move it down just a little bit. This is DeFiRate.com, and this is where a lot of explanation and talk about what all these DeFi tokens are in general. Okay, so these are some sources for you to use. This was off of, I don't remember what website this is. Oh, this is Hummingbot. This is one of the liquidity mining bots that run in the background to make you money by offering maker-taker trades and holding the ledger, in a sense. So this just had a really good description of liquidity mining, so if you're interested in that, go for it. And looks like our trade's still going solid. But that is going to do it for this video. I'm going to try to do another video that'll come out probably right after this one, because it's kind of pointless to put this out at 4 in the morning. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know as many people will watch it, but hopefully, Richard, you'll watch it, and the people who are in the Discord who have these kind of questions, they said, if you want me to do more DeFi coins, I don't mind doing more DeFi coins. Just I would prefer not to get that in depth unless you really want to learn about it, but most people don't really care. So if you just want my picks on what I think, I can always do every couple days. Just, hey, my top new 3 DeFi coin altcoins. A lot of YouTubers are doing that. So if you do want mine, I will show you the ones that I would actually buy versus the ones that just have a lot of hype. So that's going to do it. You guys take it easy, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.